What up, fam? I'd like to welcome y'all back, episode 2, Swift Talk. King Swift, your boy here, hosted. You know what I'm saying? And the topic of today is gonna be the greatest album in hip hop history. Now, you know that's a lot to unpack when you're talking about the greatest album. I mean, we don't have some unbelievable albums in in this thing we call hip hop. I mean, life changing, genre bending, um, just great lyricism and musicality in hip hop, but I'm gonna boil it down to one, the greatest album in hip hop history. I posed the topic a couple of days ago on Facebook and I had a lot of great responses. I mean, you can't argue with anybody's choice of the greatest album in hip hop history. I mean, we got Get Rich or Die Trying. I mean, that it's hard to argue with 50 at that time. I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying, people don't realize, man, that's one of the bravest albums, that you could drop when you got so many forces coming at you. Your life is on the line, and, you know, the bravery and the audacity of Get Rich or Die Trying, 50. I remember on one song, he said something about when he get tired of looking for you, spray your mama crib and make you look for me. You know what I'm saying? It was like all this was just real stuff, the times, the stuff that was going on in his life at the time. So Get Rich or Die Trying, very high on the list. You got Me Against the World, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, all of Pac's album, but to me the best Pac album was Me Against the World. I mean, he was basically naked on the album, like uncover all his feelings, everything that he was feeling and going through at the time. He kind of exposed on Me Against the World. Now, All Eyes on Me, he was covered up in Versace gold. I mean, everything. So it's still a great album, but I like albums that kind of expose a person's soul and give you a peek into their whole existence. Dear Mama, shed so many tears, stuff like that, where the guy was just so vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? We don't get that kind of music these days. But as far as Pac go, Me Against the World, um, got albums like UGK, Riding Dirty, 8 Ball, MJG, On Top of the World. These two albums kind of came out at similar times. And in the South, we always debated who was the best between UGK and 8 Ball and MJG. And at this point, they was like neck and neck. But the production and the lyricism on those two albums just, you know, incomparable. So gotta give props to them. Got a lot of Tribe Called Quest. Um, People saying Midnight Marauders. Personally, Low End Theory was my favorite album by Tribe, but I Tribe made great music, positive music, but I just wasn't too thrilled with either one of those guys as lyricists. They very influential. I mean, they influenced Outkast and a host of other guys, but um, you know, Low End Theory. That's the Tribe album. I actually was a bigger De La Soul fan than Tribe fan. So y'all forget about 3 Feet High and Rising and De La Soul is Dead. But yeah, been a lot of great albums in hip hop. Um, Juvenile, 400 Degrees, just Chronic, Doggy Style. Um, think of some more. Wu Tang, 36 Chambers. Uh, great Cuban links, everything, man. Nothing lately. I mean, probably the best album I done heard in the last 10 years, probably Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City. Um, that's about it, man. No, but everybody, the music that they putting out today is not really introspective. It's more, it's like, look at my watch, look at my shoes, look at my bitch, look at my, it's just a guy that's just rapping and just looking at what he got on and giving you that. But, in the 90s, man, people put out great albums that really taught us and raised us and had us on the up and up, man. But enough of that. To no further ado, King Swift shall unveil. Now, this album, I consider the greatest album in hip hop history. Had a very, very, very deep impact and on my life, on hip hop, on music, on other MCs. It was very controversial in nature when it was released. A lot of people protested, picketed. I mean, it was like, you know, rappers, we can say a lot of things we say today, but back in the days, they actually tried to ban hip hop, like Two Live Crew and this guy I'm talking about here. They were so controversial, man. People put that's where the parental advisory sticker come from. But these guys, man, they were saying really what was on their mind and what they wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? Some of it was for shock value, but really it was just uncensored, no holds barred hip hop lyricism of things they wanted to say, and they said it. And this guy that I'm finna unveil, I consider him top 5, top 10 lyricist, but this album that he put out on October the 29th, 1991 is the greatest album in hip hop history. Dun 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 dun. Check this out, y'all. This is the artwork, album cover. Y'all see that? Ice Cube, death certificate. Check the artwork out, y'all. You see Cube, no Jerry curl. I mean, when I went to the record store and seen this album, Cube with a bald head with it. Look at the toe tag. Uncle Sam draped in the American flag. Death certificate. Ice Cube. 1991. The greatest album in hip hop history. Check it out, y'all. Cube, when you seen it, you like, damn, Cube, no Jerry curl. What in the world is going on, So when I got home, got a chance to really just listen to the album, absorb it. It was life changing. First of all, the album it's a concept album. You got two sides to it. You got the first side is the death side, and the second side two, is the life side. That's kind of crazy in itself that you would begin with the death side, and the life side would be the B side. So, he said that the deaf side was a mirror image of where we are today. And the music on the deaf side was like Vintage Ice Cube from NWA Dope Man. I mean, it was just a description. Cube was a very descriptive rapper who always brought the new slang, the new topics of what people were wearing and drinking, The first skit, the opening of the album was the funeral. Then it get into the wrong nigga to fuck with, summer vacation, steady mobbing, giving up the nappy dugout. Just think on the song Summer Vacation, and it was 1991, talking about the spread of gangs and how, you know, the guys from LA was branching out into other cities in the Midwest, like my nigga got shot, he's a corner black. St. Louis niggas want their corner back. I mean, it was like the gangs were spreading and, what do you know, a drive-by in Seattle. He was just describing how the gangs was uh, just spreading and infecting cities throughout America. That was 1991. Look at it, 2018. And what do you know? We got Bloods in Alabama. We got Crips in Mississippi. But Q talked about this stuff in 1991, how it was spread. You had a bird in the hand. Well, Q said stuff like, do I have to sell me a whole bunch of crack for decent shelter, clothes on my back? Or should I just wait for help from Bush or Jesse Jackson in Operation Push? I mean, this guy was just, on the deaf side, he was just describing what was going on, man best friend, where he compared a dog being man best friend to now his best friend was a gat, a gun, alive on arrival, talking about getting shot and bleeding to death in the hospital because they, back in them days, they just didn't move fast when it came to trauma victims out of the ghetto. But that was the death side. The life side, side B, featured woke Ice Cube. Like, now go back to that cover where you see Cube, no Jerry curl. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cube was woke. Had been going down to Compton Mosque number 54. Khalid Muhammad, Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you got an album where he blended street knowledge with knowledge of self. And it was just stunning and beautiful to see a guy's evolution from Dope Man, I Ain't the One, Boys in the Hood to now, on the life side, you got I Wanna Kill Sam, Black Korea, True to the Game, Colorblind. You know what I'm saying? Like songs where he was, now he's teaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, from a perspective of where we need to go as a community. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. You think about a song like Black Korea, where he's talking about, how people come into the black community and, it never should be an instance where we have to go buy a do-rag or hair grease. These are all our products from somebody else. Like, you're not going to go into their neighborhood and sell them chopsticks or Johnny. They it's not going to be allowed. They're not going to patronize you. So, that's the thing what Cube kind of talked about in 92, 91 with, the death of Latasha Harlins and things like that, which y'all need to Google and look up. But, Q was just, it was a year before the LA riots. And, Q was just in his bag. For all you youngsters, some of you older people out there that don't forget just how good IQ is and was, y'all know him from Friday and Are We There Yet? It's death certificate, man. Y'all need to go back, go to YouTube, check it out, Spinnerilla, Spotify, whatever just go back and check out death certificate, which according to Swift Talk is